What's up here? I don't think I've seen this before. Oh, physics is very hard to explain. Just nod along. More of the same. I do this even when other people are like, "You're gonna go riding again?" Yes. Morning, guys. Had a good night here. Got the bike all packed up, as you could see, and now I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing next. I have some work at home I need to do. I'm debating just backing out of the second day, going home and getting some stuff done. But either way, I think we're headed back down through Dayton, which should be pretty interesting. That's the route to Table Rock, and there are some roads over by Bluewood, the ski park, that I'd like to check out a little bit. Yeah, nice little spot. Bump, bump. Side hill. I couldn't hold that. Not at the angle that I came in at. Whoop. Important stuff is accounted for. Phone, wallet, keys. Back strap is strapped. The back strap. Bags are officially locked in and not just looking locked in, so we should be good to go. It's something like 20 miles down to Dayton, but I'm definitely having some range anxiety on this thing after doing all that slow speed technical rocky stuff yesterday, and then on top of that, not having that auxiliary tank on here and knowing that the range is only like 130 or 40 miles. Even though the odometer is reading 38 miles, I have no idea what kind of mileage you get doing technical first gear stuff, so I really feel like calling for rescue today. So we're gonna play it safe, refuel in Dayton, and who knows, maybe we will go for a second day. I haven't yet made up my mind. So here's the main road. We're taking this route, and the time is currently 7:28. So depending on what we choose to do, we truly have all day to do it. So nice that this thing just remembers that I want traction control off. That was worth $100, honestly. Bug to the face. Good reminder to shut that. A lot of bees flying around right now this time of year. What's up here? I don't think I've seen this before. Just a little sidetrack. Go power! Yeah, this is suspension is sweet. It just soaks up so much stuff. It soaks up the hard hits better than the XRL did, because it's got some sort of variable spring rate in there, and so it starts to, it's like you think you're going to bottom out, and then it just stiffens up just enough, and it doesn't, which is perfect. Run, bunny, run! This road's a little loose to be ripping through here. Oh, this 690 is a weapon out here. So far, the problems I've had have been pretty small and not really relating to overall bike performance. Like the side stand switch from that last video, you know. There's only so much you could do about that happened, and it didn't strand me, and now that I know what it is, I would be able to fix that in 5 minutes. If it happened again. Plus the parts to repair with OEM stuff was, I think, $3, $5. It was really no big deal. Annoying, yes, but not a huge deal. Honestly, the zip tie fix is equivalent to a side stand switch bypass, which a lot of people may not know. Zip tying the sensor to the metal plate down there is equivalent to sending a signal to the engine that the kickstand is always up. So you are bypassing the switch in effect. Of course, the switch is still there, but it can't. The problem with the switch isn't that the switch fails, it's that the switch's position moves, and so it starts to send the engine a signal, hey, your kickstand is down, and then the engine is programmed to turn off. So if you zip tie it to something steel, which replicates that little steel tab on the kickstand, you can effectively cheat the engine system and tell it that it's always up. It's Table Rock up there. See it? Flat spot of that mountain. So early too, we'll probably be the only ones up at Table Rock. That's kind of nice. It's usually a bit of a touristy spot, and I don't like to sit around in those spots, so possibly we'll get some shots of the bike with the fire lookout, which I think would be worthwhile. Not a ton of spots to camp along this route, and I noticed on the map this is essentially just a single road through this area. Really aren't any offshoots. I love when you pop out on these saddles and then you kind of have a view to each side. Positioning your body, guys. See, your brain should be tracking where your wheels are and where they're going to go. As long as that's your primary focus, then the rest of the inputs begin to make sense, because you can directly affect the line of your wheels by shifting your body weight. Body weight left, wheels go right. If you do it quickly, you know, takes force against the system to move your mass that's suspended by the system to the left, and when you do that, it responds by moving to the right slightly. So you have this kind of, you see, I mean, I can get probably 8 to 10 inches of back and forth without any real steering input. That's just mass, which is the least risky type of position change. So if you're on shaky ground and you're wondering, man, I don't know if I can make that corner, I don't know if I have the traction, use your body mass to steer your bike. Now, it doesn't work to go around a corner, obviously. You're still connected to the system, so you can't affect the overall momentum vector of the system with your body mass, but you can, you know, like the long-term momentum vector, I should say, but the short-term one is all yours. You know, you can affect that by moving your body. And so after you kind of play around with that for a while, it becomes, there's another element to it where it's not just keeping the bike vertical and shifting your weight back and forth, which, if I can find a spot, you know, which looks like this, it's actually more you're allowing the bike to rotate under you, basically to balance the broom by the handle. So you're the wheels are your hand, your mass is the broom, which is like 2 feet up, and you're moving your hand to tip the broom, to push the top of the broom and steer it through the road. Technically, you should be offset the other direction from the center of the wheel path. Oh, physics is very hard to explain. Just nod along. Alright. This is it. Table Rock. Curious to see if there will be anybody up here. It's like 8 o'clock. Pretty unique place. That was really cool. I stopped off by that fire lookout tower, and that was not a renter in there. He was actually the guy on duty as a fire lookout. His name's Bill. He's a retired firefighter from West Richland, and he does this 5 days a week, living up there. I think he's on from 8:30 to 6, something like that, during the days, and just a real good guy, down to earth. Really nice to talk with him. I think we chatted for probably 45 minutes. But yeah, shout out to Bill. Cool job, cool dude. Here's hoping we can get back to Dayton with some fuel remaining. So something I learned from him is that the drainage basin there in the direction of the view to town from Table Rock is actually off limits completely. They issue a small number of permits for elk hunts. I think he said 20. And in any case, yeah, you definitely can't go in there. No camping, no nothing. They want to leave it pristine for water quality reasons for the drainage basin, because that feeds the town. So very interesting. Now I'm going to stop and look at this yellow sign because it, not this one, but it represents the boundary of that drainage basin, which is very interesting. Mill Creek Watershed Area. Area back of the sign closed to all entry, except by watershed entry permit. Get out of my helmet, bugs. Oh, nice. But the off-road dongle means that I don't have to reset all my junk, which is sweet. Alright. Yeah, so note to self, that is a strictly off-limits thing. I mean, I should stop and read signs more often, I suppose, but usually don't. Bill could be watching right now. There it is, right on the top of that mountain. So cool. What a heck of a job, honestly. He said it takes him an hour to get down to Dayton. So, I guess we'll see how long it takes us. This is the kind of powdery ruts that are no fun. You can't see anything until it happens to your front tire. More of the same! We'll check back in here in a bit. Alright, we turned onto a gravel road. It's a little more smooth. For a while, there was some powder on that road that was so loose, I felt it flying off the front wheel in a continuous stream and hitting my feet like a bow wake. That was definitely an odd sensation. I kept looking down like, oh, what's going on? But it was just splashing out of the way literally as I drove through it. Sticky rut. Knew that was gonna happen right there. Sure is pretty here. This road. Here's the pavement. Wow. So smooth. Yes! Alright, this just takes us right down the hill into Dayton, so we'll check back in there, try to figure out what the heck I'm going to do. It's so early, it's like 9:30. Yeah, It's 9:33. We're gonna have an entire day to go do stuff. I just need to figure out if I'm gonna go do stuff or head home. Being responsible is such a drag. Well, we're just now leaving Dayton. That's the main highway back there. This is a little route I prepared here. Pretty fun. Although I think I navigated to a single point along the route rather than the route itself. So I'll have to stop and fix that. But I also need to swap this GoPro battery out. So yeah, it should result in maximum fun, you know, as usual. All right, we have water. We have leftover pizza from an amazing lunch at Chief Something's Fire and Iron Brew Pub. I was, you know, up at the Table Rock, and I met the Bill guy that was up there at the tower. Worked with him, and he recommended the place to me, so I came down. And then I ended up meeting the chief himself. Told me a little bit about the Blue Mountains that I didn't know, because of the way the ridges and the drainage basins work. Should hit the road here. Anyway, because of the way they all point different directions, he called it like a starfish. You can only get in from certain sides. I was gonna try to come in from the north, from Pomeroy, but he told me you can't get through from the north, which was great to know ahead of time. So the route I have planned, he said you have to go all the way to Troy, which, if this is kind of the Blue Mountains, we're over here right now. I was gonna drive north and then come down, but he said you have to keep going around to Troy and then go up. So that's the route. We're gonna try to do that. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. We're gonna be kind of skirting the blues for a while. They'll be on our right as we make our way up and over. And then we might go into them a little and back out, and then as we curve around to the east side, we'll hit Troy, and then we'll head up the mountains from there. So fueled up, fed, that was nice, and now it's just another day of adventure. See how far we can go. Well, we left Pomeroy just now. Managed to find some premium there and top off. It was only 25 miles since Dayton, but I'm getting range anxiety. The route I have planned here should take us kind of up and into the blues and then back out a little bit farther east, which is that way now. Alright, it's going to take a little bit to get up into the trees, so I won't bore you with this journey part. We'll check back in here in a minute. This is just a shortcut between two highways. And then after this, we'll have just a little bit more pavement road. You know, but this 690 is performing flawlessly. Aside from my own range anxiety, it hasn't done anything weird, with the exception of the battery not being up for charging anything. So I gotta stop trying to charge anything off of it until I replace the battery. But that's such a small deal, and it's totally fixable without a bunch of work. So the wind is strong here. That's interesting. Came up here early season one time with the African Twin. I was antsy to get out, but it was before I started really recording a lot of rides. It was a fun one. I found snow. I ended up bushwhacking a little hammock spot, like tucked way into the thick underbrush, because it was the only place I could find. I can't remember what weekend it was, but it was very packed out here, and I found myself a nice secluded spot that I had to make it. Spot. Alright, about to hit the pavement here. Apparently I was supposed to take a turn back there. Getting all distracted, guys. Because I should be down there, apparently. I think I may have even taken this on the African Twin. And if I remember right, this gets kind of rocky up in here. Yeah, should be fun. Some deer. Beautiful place. So it starts. Just got rocky. Hope this route checks out. Definitely looks like it's a cool route, but you never really know until you get to that spot. If you can get through it. So map. Does it look like this is the road? Sure is. Alrighty. No, that was the other road, and it is not passable. But this road looks passable, and it looks like it snakes up and over to the point where I should be able to move back in. This is a cool spot though. Pretty sure this is the road I came up on the Africa Twin, and at the time I was like, oh, this is so hard. So I've definitely improved, which, you know, I better have. I've ridden probably over 100 hours since then. Top of this. Lots of embedded rocks in here. So yeah, it definitely dries out once you get to the top. Don't have too much longer, I don't think, until we hit the main road. And I think we're gonna take a right up here. Yeah, so this is the main road, the route that I've come up in a truck and trailer before. We can go find. Woohoo! Really pretty place. This is another area that goes straight that way and it hits a ridge. And you have a heck of a view off the ridge. I don't know if it'll be taken already or what, but Clearwater, Pomeroy. We should be able to tie back into that route. So, I'm pretty sure that route came across the ridge up here. So we should be able to hit that and then continue on. 2 o'clock right now. 2:20. Left is where I was talking about with the ridge, but I remembered that that's actually a campground, which is super boring. This way, I don't know what's up here. Never been this way, but I figure that's what an adventure is for. So I've been rethinking a little bit about the Troy thing. I think I'm gonna have to wait till I get that second tank installed, because I'm just not really, I don't see any fuel stop along the way, and I don't want, getting to Troy is no problem, but getting up and over the mountains through Tollgate and back to Milton Freewater, which is I think the next fuel, it's starting to stress me out a little bit. So all things considered, I think we're gonna just kind of mosey through this north part of the Blue Mountains up here. We'll definitely go check out that road, but I just want to see what's up this way in a second. Past multiple other roads that looks more interesting than that. What's up in this road first, and then we'll check that original road too. Best one might result in a camp spot, who knows. Taken. Who knows what we're doing? Those trees are not far enough apart, or else this would have been just a bomb spot. that one's dead, or that would work. Bummer. Huh. Very cool spot. Let's try that next ridge, I guess. That was a neat spot. Yeah, if you were truck camping or something up here, that'd be a nice one. On to the next one. This could be promising. Cool, so no full-sizer came through. Oh, nice. Getting close. I think that other path back here is worth checking out. Right up there appears to be probably what we're looking for. This is pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna take a closer look at this. So I want to see what's up this way. If I can get over here. Possibly over here. We're going to stop here for a minute, look at the map. Welcome back. It's the next morning. I slept right here. Mosquito. This GoPro is acting up. I think the power button is occasionally getting stuck on, so I have no idea. When it's on and off, sometimes it just shuts off. It's really exciting. Anywho, it was way busier up here than I expected it to be. And I kind of... Oh man, I wanted to go farther, but there was just no spaces open. And so when I found one, I decided to hunker down. It was like 4:30 or something when I did. Anyway, headed down the mountain now, hit Pomeroy, and then I'm going to check the map, see what way's fastest to get home. We'll probably go through Dayton and then take Highway 125 straight west. This machine has performed like a dream. Just everything you could want out of a dirt bike is here, except for a little bit of ground clearance occasionally. And then everything out of an adventure bike, except for wind protection, is here. So it's kind of just surprising. The vibration is low, relatively speaking. It is still a 700cc single cylinder, but it definitely vibrates much less than the 650 does, and it does that with twice the power. So I figure that's a win. We'll check back in here as we get down this mountain. Hey, this is that spot I mentioned that I stayed in Africa Twin. It was also packed that time, and this is the only road I could find that nobody was up. It was a little bit muddy too that time. This is definitely dry in comparison. But I remember I came up through here. I looked at that spot over there. Ooh, almost caught that. I think I stayed right in here. Yeah. Yep, I stayed right back in there. Cool. I was wondering where that was, because I didn't see it on the way up, but I guess now that I've seen the entrance, no wonder I didn't see it. You can't really see it going the other way. Doesn't exactly scream, I'm a road. Looks more like a animal trail. Anyway, forest is in full bloom, and there are lots and lots of bees. Luckily, they're not very interested in anything except for the flowers, so they were flying all around the orange bike, but they didn't bother me any, so. I have a video going down this stretch of road from that camping trip where it was just raining. I was completely soaked, and it was, I didn't have my GoPro set up on my helmet yet, I don't think, or I didn't bring it or something, so I was using my phone while riding and just saying something like, this is ridiculous. Maybe I'll see if I can find that and throw that in here. Little extras at the end of this video. Moral of the story is, this is my passion. I love doing this. I do this even when other people are like, you're gonna go riding again? Yes! If I could ride and parent, we'd do it together. Alright. Goodbye for real this time. Well, it's a little chilly up here, 40 degrees, so it must have been nearly freezing last night. As you can see, I'm pretty wet. Gotta put my gloves on. I just left camp. It's all muddy, so I need my hands to dry. But, I don't know, it looks pretty cloudy from here. I guess we'll see what happens.